Today's message. Recently, I ticked off a family member by making a statement that the key to growth is blaming yourself for everything. Don't think they like that very much. But here's what I mean by that. When you're in growth mode and you're truly saying that I am about to change my situation, that is going to take an effort on your part to accept responsibility for the things that maybe didn't go right in your past, for things that you did or inaction on your part. Everyone is not willing to hear that, but when you're willing to take responsibility for your own actions, that's when you're ready to elevate. Welcome back, free thinkers, to another episode of Grow Rich, Grow Happy, that place where we follow the breadcrumbs to wealth. Guys, I want to talk about Stronghold. Yes, SHX. As I've been doing some more digging, I want to thank the community. I'm doing even more digging, and I'm relying on my innate sense of people, knowing people. Why am I talking about that? Because, guys, I heard a quote just today that said most investors in cryptocurrency are no more than degenerate gamblers than they are actual investors. This is where a lot of the negativity in cryptocurrency comes from, or bravado, or just hostility. I truly believe that because a lot of people are gambling. On this channel, I'm always looking to take our crypto to another place where you're not gambling. You're investing in what you know. And I believe if you invest in people rather than you do projects, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to come out on top. So we're going to be putting the spotlight on one of the CEOs and founders of Stronghold, Tammy Camp, as I believe that she holds the key to where this investment and project is ultimately going to go. And let me tell you guys, this is a great episode, as I really admire her and some of the things I learned about her as I dug into this. And yes, it made me say, you know what? This is a long-term play. And why? Because I believe in the people behind it. This is your first time here to Grow Rich, Grow Happy, guys. My name is Mr. Foresight, and I am here to help you change your mindset so that you can become the best version of yourself. I believe that cryptocurrency is that vehicle of choice for us, and is what is going to get us to the promised land once you understand yourself a little bit better and start making some of these mindset shifts that I talk about so often on this channel. This sounds like a channel for you. By all means, I want you to stick around, smash that like button, give me a sub, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of these videos, and get you some of the deals that's down below. The one I talk about a lot is cold storage wallets, a Tangem. Get you a Tangem. I have a 10% discount down below that you can use that does go to support the channel. And yes, you can hold your Stronghold over on there and any of your other crypto. Okay, guys, let's jump into this. So I've been doing some investigative work on Tammy Camp after I heard their recent AMA that they had, their X spaces. I told you learn a lot about people. But as I started looking into her history, guys, I saw some things that actually makes me understand a little bit more and connect some dots. As I always told you guys, people, that's what you invest in. Invest in people. Everything else is rosy. You can look at projects and say, oh, they connected with this person, that person. But when you get down to the core of it, a lot of people that invested in Berkshire Hathaway, they did so on the account of Warren Buffett. Apple, it was the same thing. You invested in Steve Jobs. It's no different with Zebik. We love the team. We like Simon. We like the guy who founded it. You know, and a lot of people like to say all of their different things, but you cannot deny, if you look at the people in the company, Sam and all of them, then if you believe in them, then 9 times out of 10, you believe in their project and you believe what they can do with that project. And just the proof is in their results, guys. Success has receipts. We're going to be talking about the receipts of Tammy Camp. So, guys, what if I told you that a company, one of the CEOs and founders of the company, is so tech driven that she's been writing code, complex code, software code, ever since she was 6 years old. Now that's some receipts, guys. That's Tammy Camp. That's the kind of background she comes from. And then you look at how they partner with Stellar, and you'll say, man, Stellar really, that's, oh man, a lot of people pick that up and say, oh, they're with Stellar, they're definitely a winner. Jeb McCaleb, I mean, how can you not trust a company like that that's already with them? What if I told you that she had a lot to do with Stellar's success? Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. We're about to dig into that, guys. And check this out. I think for those of you that are, maybe new to crypto, I'm going to take a lot of the guesswork out for you by telling you, you don't have to, a lot of times you don't have to notice the tech like that. But if you understand people, then you've already solved like 90% of everything else. The crypto part you can start picking up. But if you understand people, what drives them, the why behind them, and then you look at the companies that they run, a lot of times that'll tell you the direction that the company is going in and the chances of their success. At least that's how I invest. And when I started incorporating that into my investments, looking at people, one thing I know very well, then I started to DCA a lot more often into a lot of these plays, that a lot of them are really flying under the radar. And I feel like SHX is one that is getting a lot of spotlight now, but not enough. And I believe if you look at Tammy, you'll understand even more about the company and say, well, this might be an investment for me. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm just giving you investors out there, a lot of you that are novice, another way to look at some of these projects that you hold and why you might look at some of your projects and say, let me pull out of that. This is why I don't get in meme coins. But I'm going to jump over here and we're going to talk about that. So this is Tammy Camp. She's the CEO of Stronghold, but that's not really telling her story. If you come down here, guys, and you look at all the things she's done, she's the founder and CEO of Stronghold, which has been around since 2017. But that ain't what gets me. When I come down here and you go and you show others, and I've been doing my research on her, guys. She's, I really love these companies that are ran by women. It's not enough out there. But I think what piqued my interest is that she's been writing code since she was 6 years old. Sometimes, guys, you're just born to do certain things. So I come down here, and if you look here, look at this right here. And this is what I'm telling you guys. When you look at a lot of the things that happen in companies, a lot of it is relationship driven. What's the saying? It's not what you know, it's who you know. Well, check this out. I dug back and listened to an old interview from her like 3 years ago. And let me tell you, it was juicy. I'm still listening to it. But one thing that stuck out is she was the head of growth for Stellar. And when Jeb McCaleb and all of them called her, it was around the time in 2014 when they broke away from Ripple and to create, Stellar. They met her in a parking garage, guys. Not even a parking garage. It was a car garage. That's where they met her, and they said that they were a fan of some of her work before that, because she had worked with a few things, but this was really her first start. Her first big moment was with Stellar. And dig what she did, guys. She was the head of growth at Stellar, and just within 4 months of arriving there, guys, she got them 4 million users on the network in just 4 months. So what she can do, and this says a lot about her, she knows how to attract and grow companies. So around that time, guys, you got to realize when they grew 4 million users, guess what else happened around that time? That's where she met her co-founder, Sean. Dig what he was, guys. This is early. I'm talking like 19 years, when he was like 18 and 19 years old, guys. To show you how long they've been doing this. He was a med school dropout at the time, but he was a software engineer. And for what I found out, he was the first software engineer, I believe, for Stellar. Yep, he was the first developer at Stellar, guys. And at that time, he was a child prodigy. Now, the reason they needed him, because they needed to rewrite the code to Stellar so that it could handle these 4 million influx of new users coming in, and he was instrumental in that. Well, I always told you, when it comes to cryptocurrency, guys, you need to be able to find a problem. Well, while they was rewriting and doing all of that, there was no more work for her, so she moved on to another company right after that. And I believe that company she moved on to was advisor at Boomtown. So she moved on to that, guys. And it was around this time, up in that area around 2017, that her and the guy she met, Sean, that she met at Stellar, they came up with an idea, or they realized there was a problem in blockchain. This is early, guys. They found out, or they realized that what blockchain needed was a more connected global economy. And that's where they decided to come up with Stronghold. Now, these two, I just want you to look back at their history now. That says a lot about their history. It says a lot about their interests. But this is the reason that Stronghold came out of nowhere. And then people, you look at that, and now for me, that says a lot, because you think about the works that she did with Stellar. Now, think about this. Because I told you, relationships, obviously she did a good job for him. She materialized and produced results in just 4 months, 4 million users, guys. This is how a lot of business gets done. It comes from the relationships. Now, I just listened to her and I'm like, man, so she was introduced to Bitcoin in 2011, guys, 2011. She said in 2013, if you came to her house, you would have seen Bitcoin miners in her apartment, just trying to keep them from overheating. And I've been there. I've seen that, but not that early. So you want to see if she's been writing code since she was 6 years old, and did she go on to start a company and work with, or shall I say, work with Jeb McCaleb on Stellar, and then to move on, and just her whole resume just shines, guys. She was destined to really do something big. This is why when I look at, let me jump up here and I want to show you guys this. I want to look at Stronghold. This is just one of the things I picked out I wanted to discuss today, but it's why when I look at their company now, and I look at Stronghold, and I look at what Stronghold is doing, and most notably recently hold on, let's jump over here to Stronghold. Most recently jumping over and looking at their locking up 60 billion of their tokens in a 5-year smart contract escrow, guys. And I just covered this. I'll flash that video up here so you can see how big this is. It's why when I look at that now, I say a lot of that is from her and the co-founder, and it is smart. It is very smart, because it tells me that not only are they trying to do something good for the community, but they want to show you that you can trust them. And I like projects like that, but knowing a little bit more about her background and her co-founder Sean's background lets me know they're not just in this to make a quick buck. They're in here to make a difference. That's what I really love, guys. So when I jump back up here, let's jump back up here, because I want to jump back up here and I want to look at this price. I look at this price right here where it is today, and I'm like, could we have another Zebic on our hands? Would this seriously could be another Zebic? And I seen down in the comments from the last video I did, a lot of people feel like they're going to be bigger than Zebic. I'm not going to go that far, guys, but I'm going to say these guys are here to stay. I truly believe that. And just learning what I learned about their team today is just a small part of why I am confident in them. If you invest in people, guys, you don't want to be a degenerate, that's what I heard. You don't want to be a degenerate gambler rather than an investor. You want to invest in companies that you can go to sleep at night knowing that when you wake up in the morning, this company is still going to be here, and you have the confidence that their CEOs or their founders and their teams are working hard, not only on your behalf, but on the company's behalf to make it something that stands out. Then I believe Stronghold, I believe they fit that bill. Again, this is not financial advice. It's just something I felt like needed to be spotlighted on Tammy Camp. And I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. And this is something I plan to look into and continue to dig upon, guys, because I think her history says enough. Let me know down below. What do you think, guys? Do you know anybody that was a child prodigy and that was creating software at six years old? They say she wrote her first code at 6 years old. I'm blown away. Let me know, guys, what you think down below. As always, share these videos, guys. I think for me, Stronghold is definitely a keep. It is an American company. Again, I love it. I'm out.